I hope they think that she's having a good time.
Yeah, yeah. Right on. Yeah, it's like, you know, I do that sometimes, I'll be walking along, I'll be, thinking about something amazing in my day or whatever, thinking about how great things are going, and I'll just, start cracking a big smile and almost burst out laughing, for no reason, just because I'm feeling good.
Yes,
And,
yes, absolutely.
it's like, I'm sort of leery about, everyone looking at me, as I'm walking through the park or walking down the street, or even walking through the store. But, hey, whatever. I mean, last night I was feeling happy, positive, feeling great as I was walking through Safeway here in the University Place, and I was looking. I was just going for two things for my dinner, and anyway, I'm just like feeling great, and all of a sudden I started, doing that low walk through the store, just walking real weird. It was like I, I was having a good time. I don't know, people were probably looking at me like, "Whoa, what's that guy doing? He's crazy." Whatever.
I think the majority of people don't get it, and it's because our society tends to celebrate intellect, and it doesn't really get us into realizing the true living is comes from our heart. And when I talk about solving problems, and in fact, book one is all about creating change. It gives you 5 steps to create change in your life, and it's nothing new, but it's put maybe in a different way. My granddaughter was reading my book, and she says, "Grandma, you just make me giggle because some of these books are." She'd read something about badass or something, and they're just do this, do this, do this, and she says, "You just have so much fun." I've had other people say the honesty. I mean, how else can you live a good life if you're just not being yourself? And, I've made almost every mistake that you can make. Nothing criminal, but um, I certainly understand. And many times when I'm coaching people and they have this issue or that issue, I give them a story about what I used to do, and you don't have to be there. You don't have to be there. It, it's it's possible to enjoy life and keep growing, and but it's comes down to a choice, and sometimes we are so beaten down by things that have happened to us or physical issues and that kind of stuff that we don't think we're in control. But the minute you decided life sucked and you didn't want it anymore, you took control again.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, it's like you realize if you realize your car's, you know, veering off to the left, you take control and you veer it back to the right and get it going straight on the road again.
Right.
You know, if it's headed toward the cliff and you don't want to go over the cliff, well, you better turn it to the right or the left and get away from that direction. If you don't want to go, if you're sick of going downhill, well, flip a U and go uphill.
Absolutely. Uh, Life can feel hard, but it's um, really not. It's when when I coach people, it comes down to the simple. Each day, whatever challenge comes up is an opportunity, and when you start looking at life that way, and start seeing the gifts you receive and the blessings you receive, it just makes life a joy, and challenges are just like, I remember when I finally got real clear on that concept that the mind is really just trying to get you to understand something new when you have a negative feeling come up or an old memory or something like that. it was like the first challenge. I wish I'd have written it down, and I may need to look in my journals and see if I can find out what was that kind of clicked that in. But the first challenge that came was like, oh, here we go. And ever since then, yes, it feels tough. We judge our feelings, and they're really just feelings. They're not an indictment about who we are. If we have fears, we're human. If we fail, oh my God, failure is just feedback. It's not anything more. It's not who you are and that kind of thing. Life just changes, and you know, when you're cleared up a lot of the baggage of your past and let it go, and found ways to reframe it in a learning experience and that kind of thing. um it's like you start to manifest whatever you want a whole lot quicker. Sometimes I'll just kind of, oh, on my heart, oh, I really would, and all of a sudden it happens. And I haven't really even formally set a goal or done, an intention. And it's just because when you're clear, that your vibration, your whole energy, I often say, when you set a goal, the whole universe transpires to make it happen. It just conspires rather than transpires, both. But and I mean, one time I wanted to test out if I was learning how to manifest, and one month I decided I wanted $5,000 extra. Now that is pretty big in my life. and um, and it was like, I didn't fuss about it. I just wanted it, and it came from my heart. That month, we got an unexpected big income tax refund, and I had a client or two sign up, and it was like it happened. And it told me that when we get out of our own way, we can manifest almost anything.
Right on, yeah, definitely. I've heard that before, the universe conspiring, something to that effect, or maybe I'm just recalling you saying it.
No, I've seen it out there, and I thought it was an original thing, but maybe I read it somewhere too.
Yeah, I thought, the universe conspiring to help you and everything.
Yes.
It's just like I found that to be very true in my life. It's like, if I want to do something, it's like, it's possible that it can be done if I want to, and it's like the universe is essentially asking for it to be done. I just have to find the way and take the actions to do it.
Yeah, whenever, in writing the books, in doing my own healing, I learned to trust my intuitive nature, my intuition. When out of the blue, it's like, you need to talk to so-and-so, or I get it a lot before I have a session with a client, you need to talk about this today. I learned to trust that information, and that's how I get answers to what is it I need to understand. And when I do that, it's like life just keeps moving, and it's like I'm open to new information, and then it comes. And that's a great way to live, because it's like you don't feel like anything can conquer you. I mean, for me to consider reversing diabetes, whoa. And it was actually a doctor, which I found very interesting, said, you keep letting go of the weight and get off your meds, we can take the diabetes diagnosis off. And I'm going, whoa, okay.
Yeah, that's that's definitely a big one. Um, you know, reversing diabetes and just healing ourselves and healing, just plain healing. Um,
Yes.
reversing at least reversing the effects, if not reversing the actions of
Right.
diseases is possible. You know,
Yes.
to a certain extent, it's not, but it's like at later advanced stages maybe. But at a certain point, there's still, there's still room to there's still room to heal, and even at some later stages, I've read and heard of, healing and reversal of, this terminal illness.
Yeah, and people have done it. And people have done it. And I think the mind, if people knew how powerful our minds and thoughts are, because the lives we are living are based on 99% of how we're thinking, you know, and our family is predisposed to diabetes. So guess what? You think those in those terms, and I had to really dig deep to get to the real me in order to even get to where I am. I still have some weight to let go of, and I think that's going to finish up any need for any medication. And it's like, but I've had to really deal with my feelings and getting clear that I'm not afraid of. And in fact, in recent months, it's like being able to see the ebb and flow of life and feel that stress that comes when and not be affected by it. And I'm not sure why people are hesitant to feel their feelings, uh, because yeah, I can feel negative, but is it? It's just a judgment. I mean, fear can be a very positive thing, where you can feel fear, like I don't go put my hand over the gas stove unit. That's a little bit of positive fear. But in most cases, it is positive. It's like, okay, what is it that's going on? I need to sort out. And when you take that curious attitude about life, relationships, uh, things you want to do and have, you're going to get there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Um, yeah, and it's like whatever. I guess what it comes down to for me, illness, disease, health, my life, my daily life, whatever, is whatever, my MO, my modus operandi or whatever, is, it all boils down to what I focus on is what is my reality. And it's like if I focus on, if I want to focus on the negative, then that becomes my reality. If I want to focus on the positive, the healing, that becomes my reality.
That's true, so true.
And if, if I, it's like I was